Get a whoop whoop. That's a kind of a low key whoop whoop, but we'll take it. They're like whoop whoop. They're like that, whoop whoop. Yeah, somebody, she said, make sure after the coffee we'll do a whoop whoop and see what. Isn't it amazing how coffee? So today is going to be a little, different than yesterday. Not difference in the sense of, it's just different content. It's a framework that I created called the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion 3M framework. And it's more focused on 3 specific areas that I think that are of critical importance. When you talk about diversity, when you talk about anything, to be honest with you, it could be customer service, it could be team, really across the board. And that is mindset, motivation, and memorization. Mindset to me personally drives just about everything in our lives. It's the mindset that we embrace, all right, that causes us to think the way we think, do what we do, interact with who we interact with across the board. And so we're going to dive into that. And then motivation is really the catalyst or the connecting point to trying to accomplish an outcome and having, we talked about effort yesterday, the effort to stay the course. When I'm motivated to do something, I don't want to sound arrogant what I'm about to say, but when I'm motivated to do something, very little is going to stop me from getting there. Okay? When I'm not motivated to do it, anything can stop me from getting there. So motivation is a powerful, powerful tool when it comes to organizational success and individual success. Okay? And what you're going to hear me talk about with motivation, I'm going to give you something that most folks have never heard of when it comes to motivation because they think motivation is just a motivational speaker. All right? But motivation is actually a word that was connected. Motive and action. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But a motive is an inner state that's driven by a goal. That's what a motive is. The motive, something that's inside of me, it's an inner state. There's a goal. There's something that I'm thinking about. The action is the movement part towards it. You see, so motivation, to be honest with you, in its most simplistic terms, is movement towards a goal. That starts on the inside. And so what I always try to do is keep motivation as a part of my DNA. You know what I mean? And so that I can wake up every day, have my cup of coffee, and start my day and get going. And then we're going to talk about memorization. And memorization is what we have learned in this process that helps us to create culture. To create the culture. And so it's not an overly complex model. It's not, it's going to be presented in very simplistic. But my hope is, based upon some of the things we talked about yesterday, that it will be something that we can use to seal the deal as far as what we're trying to accomplish with DEI. All right?
Be deliberate about using the DEI lens. So that was also something where we build that into meetings. Like it's right. Part of the meeting structure. At the beginning of the meeting, you talk about it, which also ties into the using agreed upon language and keep the definitions accessible. I don't know how often this happens to people here, but I know I often have conversations with people and then I'll see what they do and I'll say, oh, I should have asked them what that meant to them. Because I realize we're using terms differently than one another. Creating spaces or co-create space for participation. So not just deciding what a space needs to look like in order to make someone feel like it's a place they want to be, but actually getting feedback from one another. Be very clear on processes. So that doesn't mean that you have to reveal like details.
Nice, sticky notes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we're missing 2 of our group members. So for participation, we have staff liaison for departments. I think this has kind of already been talked about, so I think that's definitely a great one to have. Also just shared language, so making sure that we have an understanding of whatever certain terms and things mean and then how we're going to address those. So we think that that's important. Also just having very clear goals and visions. So what is our mission statement, as a county, and then maybe making it a little more segmented so that we can all work towards that target. And then #build trust. So as we have continued to learn, building trust really from the ground up and from the top down is also very important. So being able to really work in municipal spaces and do that, we feel is also definitely important. Also, hashtag change mindset and staff and leaders. So it takes all of us. It is a team, not I, and so that is also important. No expectations, and then just be open and flexible, so whatever those are, and I'll also add to that, be able to pivot. Transparency. So we also had having some type of confidential, like a Dropbox, so that can be something that's digital, or if we have certain suggestion boxes in various places and spaces around the county, that is very accessible. That's also
With insight, those sheets shouldn't just be an exercise in a workshop. They should be taken, broken down, analyzed, and maybe pull a few of those out as some great places to start, because it's just too much good information on here just to end here. You know what I mean? This is some powerful stuff. So job well done, everyone. Job well done. Job well done. And that's ongoing analysis based upon mutual interest. Yesterday, the think tanks. And we're going to do some more today with this model. The think tanks, okay, are of importance because what do you call it? It's simple, but it's a think tank. What does it cause us to do? What? Think. That's about as simple as it gets. You know, because a lot of times if we're not thinking, what are we doing? Come on, y'all. We'll say it again.
React.
Say it again.
React.
That's exactly what I was trying to get right there. Reacting. Okay? We're not thinking, we're reacting. You know, and so, you know, we gotta sometimes when we think things out, then these ideas start to, you know, they start to come up, and then, oh, we can possibly do this. But if not all we doing